Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala free him, bring him home, protect you and your family, and allow you to face this with great courage as you have been, and keep you firm and steadfast, and your entire family. I know this isn't easy for anyone in the family, even if it's just your father. May Allah free him, who's been jailed. Obviously, the entire family suffers as a result of that. So may Allah free him and bring him back to you and protect you all. Allahumma ameen. And Afreen, this sort of collective punishment, the punishment being the process, and especially home demolitions. You know, subhanAllah, as I was watching that happen, like many of us in the world when we were watching your home being demolished, and you know, trying to find a way to get to you. And I know a lot of people were trying to find a way to get to you at that time. And we're fearing sort of what comes next. One of the reasons being is that it resembles quite a bit what Israel has been doing to the Palestinians, right? Like this idea of using home demolitions as a tactic of intimidation and collective silencing and punishment. When did this start happening in India? And did you all know that this was about to happen in some way? I mean, what can you tell us about this new tactic of home demolitions in India?
Of course, it resembles a lot with the way Israeli forces in the settler colonial occupation of Israel is doing in Palestine. And the reason of it resembling is the Israeli model so much is that the Hindu supremacists, in fact, take inspiration from Israel. And not just Israel, in fact, every oppressive fascist regime that had been there in history, from Nazi Germany, from Rwanda, from from Israel, and so the idea of demolition as a form of demolitions as a form of collective punishment is not a new idea. It's not a new punishment that has been just introduced, and my house is my first house that has been demolished. But I do hope it is the last, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So this has been happening for a very, very long time. It has goes back to several decades, but it's outright calls for demolition as an act of punishment towards the Muslim community, and in fact members of the majority community enjoying and hooting over demolitions happening of Muslim houses and livelihoods is its outright presence is new, and its outright celebration is new. I think the biggest example would be the northeastern state of Assam in India, which is in a very serious citizenship crisis, in the sense that over thousands and thousands of Muslims have been rendered citizenless, and they've been facing demolitions and evictions, and being called illegal migrants in their own homeland. And it's the exact same model of Israel, that people who own the land are being evicted from their own land, and their houses are being demolished by the government forces and administration. And I think around 6 months, 7 months ago, just last year itself, we heard the news of this massive eviction drive that happened in Assam. And Shaheed Moinul Haq was martyred by the security forces. And because he stood there and he tried to defend his home. And then, so this idea of punishment is not new to us. It, in the past 3 months, it has escalated more so, with BJP coming into power in several states of India and announcing that they're here. This is their announcement towards to the people of the country, to the majority community, that they have made into people who enjoy the plight of Muslims, who in fact uh, enjoy not just our persecution, but when it's live telecast. The whole idea that my house was live telecasted on television and every brick coming down was on show, was to in fact stroke the egos and the satisfaction of the Hindu majority that the BJP is doing what. And I feel that it's also in a way, disempowers the Muslim community. It pushes us further back economically, financially, in every way. And the biggest problem in all of this, the most disturbing thing in all of this has been that they target the poorest of the poor in all of this, the most marginalized, even in the Muslim community, the people who just have like a room for that they call their home, and a small shop that they like earn from on a day-to-day basis, and that is what is demolished, and that is what is taken away from them. So
no, please go ahead, please.
So, and this idea of enjoying and ruining or seeing our houses and physical structure of our houses go down gives them pleasure. And I believe that is the sole reason why that we have been trying to let them know that it's just the structure that has been demolished. It's just that. If they think that they've scared us, or that they can demolish our faith or our belief that a better day will not follow, they're completely wrong.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.